Hello friends, Tiger Coward here. Join us for a video postcard series as Tiger Barb and I ride to Thunder Bay and back. Welcome to day one of our 2-up adventure to Thunder Bay. We left today in brilliant sunshine and a balmy 26 degrees. We took back roads to Owen Sound and then the boring and busy Highway 6 to Tobermory.
So I feel no pain, like an outlaw on the run. My judgment's still to come. These long dark nights are getting bleak, and the delta winds really sink their teeth in a shootout with no gun.
When we got to Little Tub, we parked the bike in the ferry terminal and walked over to the sweet shop and had an ice cream. We ate our treats while watching the boats come into the harbour. It was absolutely brilliant. As we were walking back to the bike, I got a smell of fish and chips, and that lured me to the crow's nest where I had white fish and chips on the rooftop patio. That might actually be my favourite spot on the planet. We headed back to the ferry terminal and watched the Chi-Cheemaun come into dock. I never get tired of watching the big canoe. We loaded the bike on the boat with no issues and headed to the lounge for the rest of the trip. Barb watched a video on her phone while I talked to another biker about his trip. Mark from Toronto is heading to Tuktoyaktuk on his KLR 650. What an epic journey. I'm more than a little envious, but I wished him well anyway. It was a smooth crossing to South Baymouth and an easy ride to Little Current, where we stopped for dinner at Elliott's. Elliott's restaurant is a favourite of mine, and I always stop there when I come through Little Current. I had the pickerel dinner, and Barb was an absolute champion and ordered the haw burger. Haw are wild berries that grow on Manitoulin Island and are a local delight. It was fitting that she ordered that because this weekend is the Haw Eater Festival, and we were treated to a spectacular fireworks show to wrap up the weekend festivities. It was a great start to our short adventure. Tomorrow we're expecting rain for most of the day as we head to Batchawana Bay. Welcome to day 2. As expected, we got wet today. All day. The day started with promise in Little Current. It was 23 degrees, and out of our south-facing window at the Manitoulin Hotel and Conference Centre, it was sunny. We loaded up the bike and we were across the swing bridge by 9 o'clock, and 40 minutes later we were having a cup of tea at the Golden Arches. We could see the dark clouds in the north, yet I was denying the inevitable. Barb looked at the weather radar and I relented and put on my rain gear. 5 minutes later we were riding in heavy, heavy rain. It only lasted for about 10 minutes, but it was drizzly and wet all the way to Blind River. We continued on to Iron Bridge, where we stopped for gas, and unfortunately both restaurants in town, and I used the term town loosely, were closed. I looked at the weather radar and convinced myself that the rain was done, so we took off our rain suits. I was wrong. We rode through rain all the way to Sault Ste. Marie. Barb stayed dry and I got a little wet, but it turns out that I'm waterproof. In the Sioux, we went to Fratelli's for pizza and watched a big storm blow through. We had a great meal and then walked over to the Walmart Superstore and bought groceries for dinner. We headed north on Highway 17 to our cabin in Batchawana Bay. I generally feel that the vacation starts when we cross the Goulais River Bridge, because that's when the vistas become magical. Up until that point, I feel that Highway 6 and 17 are just a commute. Anyhow, today it was so foggy that we didn't see anything at all. No bother, because we're on vacation. We're staying at Great Lakes Cabins, and it is so cute. This is our cabin. It smells fantastic. It's nice and dry. It's tiny. Here's our little kitchenette. And here we are, looking out across the road to the lake. Tomorrow we're going to do some adventure riding down the Tribag Mining Road as far as we can get, and then hike to Batchawana Falls. After that, we'll ride to Lake Superior Provincial Park and hike the Old Woman's Trail. Go forth with an open mind and most importantly an open heart. And remember, self-care is not selfish.